Hi there and welcome to Icons. We are going to create very many icons. I'm sure you know there is a science called iconography. I don't know if it's a science, but it's called iconography, meaning the art of creating icons. And I would like to start you up. Maybe this is something that inspires you and you really want to do icons. Some of them, it's a real business doing icons. How do you create icons? First of all, you do not work on an artboard. I'm going to come to edit artboard and it's a letter. So you start creating your icons here or one icon per letter. It's not really practical. What you want is to have a certain size for the artboard or certain dimensions. The most common are 24 by 24 points, 48 by 48, and you multiply until you get to 512 by 512 points. For iOS, it's 30 by 30, and I think you multiply something like this. But they can work. It's no problem as long as you have a certain symmetry or a certain size. Now, of course, we're going to take our artboard and reduce it to 96 by 96. This is the size we are going to work with in our course. To do that, we just change 96 by 96. So we have a very small artboard, not really. If you zoom in, it's going to be very big. Now we want to create 8 icons for the course. You can even create more, make a file for icons. And as soon as you are inspired, you draw your icon, make it, awesome. And also you can get inspired. It teaches you a lot of tricks and tips how to make icons with the least detail possible. I'm going to add another 7. So I click on the plus here all the way. And now I have 8 artboards. You notice? But I don't want them like this. It's just linear, I would like to put them in 2 rows and 4 columns. To do that, you come to rearrange all, and there are several ways to arrange them. Columns, then row, or grid by row, and this is first columns and then rows. I will go for the first one, which is cool. And I want 4 columns, and the spacing 20 will work okay. We always had this move artwork with artboard. So if you move the artboard around, the artwork inside the artboard will move. That's pretty practical. I'm going to click OK. And now you have 8 artboards symmetric on your file. Pretty cool. I select the first one and press Ctrl or Command 0. And we start to draw our first icon. I'm going to draw the home icon, which is actually a house. Now I need one single guide here. And it's the one in the center. So I'm going to open the rulers. That's Ctrl R or Command R. And then drag one of them. Then go to View and make sure in Guides here, I have them unlocked. So I click Unlock Guides. Then come over and select my guide. Notice blue is selected and just align it horizontal. So now I have the middle of the document. That's all I need. Then go back to View and Guides and lock my guide. I'm going to start with a rectangle, a nice, big, fat, not so fat rectangle. Now, the first thing you should do when you're designing is the fill and the stroke. I'm not going to have a stroke of 1. I'm going to reduce it to 0.25 just to see exactly and precisely what I'm doing. And I want the fill to be no fill at all. I can change that later. I have my rectangle which represents the ceiling or the rooftop of the house or the home button. I'm going to align it in the middle. Then I'm going to draw the body of the house, which is a rectangle, and also align it. Now, I need to create this angle shape or the V shape or the inverted V shape if you like. How would I do that? It's pretty easy. Select whatever you want to select to create, and then go to the pen tool and just add an anchor point here. Notice you need the plus sign, another plus sign, and also I can do this guy, but it's not happening. You notice I cannot find the plus sign. So I'm going to deselect, select only this guy here, go to the pen tool, come very nicely. I can see the plus now. If ever you don't see the plus with the pen tool, it means the object is not selected. Let's Ctrl 0 and go for the direct selection tool. Select the 3 anchor points, press Shift and take them out. Didn't work very nicely. Deselect this point only and take it down. Make it as symmetric as possible. I think the roof is too high, so I'm going to take it a bit down. Now, if you think it is too wide, you can just make it smaller, and readjust everything. That's okay for our example. I would like to create a chimney. I'm going to put the chimney just over here. Take it down. Then, direct selection tool, I'm going to start using the shortcut A and V to switch in between the selection tools. So A now, select only this point and press Shift and take it down. It's parallel. Now I would like to add a door. The door will come from here. That's very fine, but I don't want this line here. The way to do it is to punch the door out. I'll select both of them, the body and the door, and here you have the punch out. Click to minus front. Call it the punching tool. So the door is part of the big shape there. I want to add a window. Here is the window here. Very nice. I would like to punch the window in. I punch it out here. Though you have punched them out, you can really select them and still move them around. The door, you will move it, for example, by this direct selection and selecting all the points. And then click on one of the path and just move it around. Remember to press the Shift. Let's go out. This is your first icon. It's just a line icon. Of course, you can change the stroke now to make it a bit thicker. But I want to do something else with you. I want to make it a black filled icon. I'm going to select whatever's supposed to be black. I think these. And then go to the fill and make them black. Now you have a different icon. It's a whole new category. For the black, I'm going to just do like this. I like this one. And here, if I find like it's not very well positioned, I can position it. I would like to add some roundness, not too much, just some roundness. I'm going to select, click, and take it down. Now I'm reading the number here. Don't go very far. Actually, that's not what I want to do. I want to select only this anchor point and the one below and take them down. Just, I will go for 1.5 if I can. Something like this. I'm going to select the borders, this one and this one, and just take them to the maximum. I like that. Let's take the house now with the white arrow. So I press A, select these 3 points here. I selected a lot. Select this one, press Shift this one, and this one is already selected, and take them down just a bit. 1.5 will do best. That's okay. The window here, selected. It's gonna make trouble. This one, I'm gonna have to select each corner. And really very little. Don't go like this, okay? Just very little. I will go to 0.5. I like it. I'm gonna leave it there. It didn't work. I'm gonna just take it down. 0.5, I said. 0.6 will also do. For the door here, I'm gonna select these two on top. So this one, and shift click this one to make sure, and just make it a bit roundish. Chimney, I'm gonna select the top ones, the top corners or the anchor points, and just make it just like this. You have created your first icon. I like to see them like this. This is the first icon with the guide. Let's go to view and guides and hide them. So it's good to learn the shortcuts. It's not bad. I would work on it even more. I will make the rooftop a bit bigger or smaller, something like this, aesthetics. And this one, I can just make it maybe smaller. Then with the selection tool, select everything, selection tool, and make it a bit bigger. But I'm still within the limit of 96 by 96. And of course, group it. Now align it in the middle. And I have my first icon. I can already start publishing it. Thank you guys. We learned how to set the artboard. We created our first icon, which is not magnificent, but it's a start. And you learned a few tips. In the next lecture, we're going to do even a more awesome icon.